Now, folks, I want to talk to you about last night, because last night I enjoyed an early Christmas right before heading down here to the studio. Now, there I was in the heart of my own home, surrounded by the faces that mean the absolute world to me. Now, the air was thick with love, laughter and the greatest sound in the world, the popping of bottles of English fizz. Now, folks, it got me thinking, especially about that word that we should remember at this time of year, that word gratitude. In our self-obsessed me era, Christmas really jolts you back to reality, doesn't it? It reminds you, or at least it ought to look beyond the selfie. The ability to gather around a Christmas turkey in your own home, well, that's turning into a luxury, something even Father Christmas can't guarantee anymore. So why is that? Well, it's not rocket science, is it? We're not building enough homes. But here's what's really grinding my gears. Our political and media elites seem absolutely hell-bent on paving over Britain if it means that they keep their addiction to mass migration. Now, this hit me like a ton of bricks last night. As I was scrolling through my Twitter feed on the train on the way down here, there was this thread about a development in Camden. It's prime London real estate, pretty central, originally set for the open market. But then in a classic bait and switch, they pull these homes off the market. Now, why is that, you might ask? Social housing? To hand them over, folks, to the ever-so-generous Home Office. Now, what do the Home Office do with it? Well, the Home Office, in my view, are acting more as a Foreign Office. Central government dished out a whopping 650 million quid of your money to local authorities. And that's not for building affordable homes for Brits. It's to hand over prime properties to those who've never paid a penny into the system, while our very own are languishing on waiting lists as long as the River Tyne. I've just seen in our email inbox there, someone writing in asking if we could give a shout out to Citizens Advice, because they've been helping them this festive period to access housing. So this Christmas, my heart truly goes out to those who are left out in the cold, right? The single mum who can't give her kids their own home, the elderly couple struggling to downsize, the students in cramped digs, and the young people drowning in rent with no hope of ever owning a key to their own front door. And then there's Rishi Sunak in the background of all of this, backpedalling faster than a cyclist in the Tour de France. His pledge to raise the earnings threshold for family members coming to the UK, a glimmer of hope for those of us who respected the Brexit mandate, is now being phased in over 2 years. Phased in. More like phased out. If you ask me, I'm asking this simple question this Christmas. Does Sunak think that we were born yesterday? Does he reckon that we reckon he'll be along long enough to actually see through something happening in 2 years? Is he going to be around then? I'm very doubtful. I don't think he should bet the house on it, put it that way. It's high time our leaders grew a spine and stood up for what they continuously promise. So this Christmas and in the years to come, we don't need empty promises. We need a government that puts its own people first, that respects its own promises to its own voters. Is that really too much to ask for?